Upper control arm, not a 320 for sure, 521 most likely, possibly a 620, not exactly sure. Anyway, it's right in that time frame kind of thing. Anyway, I wanted to take it apart here, and the easiest way to do this is to spin these apart. Take the darn thing off the car. If you have to take these nuts off, that nut's on at 180 foot-pounds. Excuse me, it's that's a pain in the ass. So it's far easier to take these two out, take the upper fulcrum pin out, bolt. It's just a normal bolt. You can cut it out with a hacksaw if you have to, and replace it with a high-grade bolt from a hardware store. Anyway, easiest thing to do is to just spin this off. And if you note, they're both the same, clockwise on, counterclockwise off. So it's not a turnbuckle arrangement. When these are rotating up and down here, it literally goes back and forth. Not a great deal, but it does go back and forth like that. They don't go in and out. Just a boring fact of the day, I guess. So we're going to spin that off. It's really a rather coarse thread. I think probably what I'll do here is see about zooming this, see if this will zoom in well enough. Partly because if I hold it up close to the camera, it won't focus well enough to see it. So the guess is there's a question on Ratsun there about the O-ring that's with it, and I'm thinking that maybe the O-ring goes around the outside there, but it looked like a pretty small O-ring, so maybe not. This seems to stay in here just fine. Basically, you just peel it right off there. Little pinch. There's a groove in there that fits in a groove in here. So there's the cup. No big deal, anything like that. So if you let's yeah, close enough. So if that focuses in well enough, you can see that this one has the groove on the outside here. My thought is that it should go in, because when you put the zerk fitting on here and pump grease this way, you want that cup, you know, the grease to get in the crack there and expand it and hold that lip against the shaft here. So why it's in this way, I'm not exactly sure, unless well, you know, that could be part of it, so that when you do grease it, grease will squeeze past it. There's a hole up here for grease to squeeze past, and that puts it into the cup, and then that keeps it from going back in from the cup. I don't really know. I'm basically just putting the information out there so that people can use it how they want. So, oh sweet. I was afraid gonna bend it up too much. I kind of wanted to put it back in there since this is an arm with a decent seal in it. Okay. And there's a couple of grooves there to go to the holes on the outside, but what I was looking for is there's no O-ring in here anywhere. That's really about the only reason I pulled it out, was to check on the O-ring, and no O-ring. So let's just go ahead and push this back in here. Let's go ahead and put the cup back on, and then when you spin it back together, I know that's pretty much out of the camera range and all that stuff. The factory manual available on olddatsuns.com. Go to the 620 tech page, pick out which manual you have, and look it up in the suspension. There is a measurement for how far the ends are supposed to be from the center of the holes. It's either that or there's a measurement here. And we're kind of out of the picture there. Just wanted to show, this is a pretty decent arm, and you can see how much play there is there. This is supposed to go up and down. Once it's bolted together, the play isn't quite as significant, but there is some play in there. There's nothing in here bushing wise that helps with that. If there's too much wobble there, basically you need new cups and you need a new pivot, whatever this shaft is called, the upper control arm pivot shaft, something like that. Anyway, that's where you're sitting with that, is if you have too much wear, you're worried about it, you need to see about getting new ones of these, or at least better ones. The cups won't fix that. Hopefully you guys can use that information on the seals there and do with it what you will.